of corn and wine.
Yeah.
Also his heavens shall drop down dew.
And the reason why this is going to happen, because this goes back to the blessing from Isaac that he blessed Jacob. So if you can, brother, hold what you got. Give me Genesis 27, verse 27.
Can't.
Because you got to remember, yeah, Isaac blessed Jacob, but the blessing was actually prophetic. And that's why Moses brought that, what is it? He spoke, he elaborated in his own way about the blessing of Jacob, because it was something that was going to happen, that was going to come to pass, the prophecy. Go on, brother.
Genesis 27, verse 27. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelt the smell of his raiment and blessed him, and he said,
that's when he was playing Esau. Go on, brother.
See, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field, which Yahawah have blessed. Therefore the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven, and of the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let the people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee.
Yeah, so that's the blessing of Jacob. So not only are we going to be abundant in food and resources, but also manpower we're going to have. We're going to have access to manpower. We're going to have slaves, have you will, basically. All right? And that's what's going to happen. That's what we're preparing for as we do this work. You see, so go back and read Deuteronomy 30, 33, and 28, since we got that out of the way. Because every kingdom had slaves. We were slaves under every kingdom, by the way. So, I mean, what's wrong with us having the same nation that had us in slavery as slaves? Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what you call balancing the scales.
Right.
Justice. Go on, brother.
It's lucky. This is Deuteronomy 33, verse 28. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. And not with the heathen nations.
Nope.
And the fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew.
And the corn and wine just means the abundance. Well, corn just means abundance of food, and also wine. You know, so that's how we're gonna be. We're gonna be living good, man. We're gonna be living so good that our minds won't be. Our minds cannot comprehend it even now, because we're in the flesh. We don't even understand that, because a lot of us have been struggling all our lives.
Yeah.
We've been born struggling and struggling right now. Yeah. Under the curses of Deuteronomy 28. And as it reads, it says, "Curses shall I be when I comest in, and curses shall I be when I goest out." And that's always been our life, just living in the curse situation. So we don't know nothing about what he's talking about. We're going to experience it.
I was just thinking the other day, what is it like to not have no pain in your body? Like no pain. I've never, I can't think back to that time. But back to you, Art. Back to you.
Yeah.
Sweet, man.
Yeah. Go on, brother.
This is 1 Corinthians 2 and 9. It says, But as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have it entered into the heart of man, the things which the Most High have prepared for them, him that love him.
Exactly. So there's things that we haven't even experienced, or that we can only but imagine that the Lord is going to bless us with. You see what I'm saying? But that's if we hold true to this doctrine. Because, I mean, all of us are going to receive that kind of way of life anyway. We're going to be able to live the kind of life that we can only but imagine. But it all first begins with the elect getting themselves correct, and them being saved, and them being the ones to experience that first. And then our children's children, which will be the 2/3, they'll come back and experience that. A form of being fulfilled, all right? And that's even in the book of Jeremiah. We'll get to that, though. That's in Jeremiah 26, I believe. We'll get there when we get there. So,
you wanted Isaiah 60.
Isaiah 60 and verse 15. Baba Kusha.
It's Isaiah 60 and 15. Whereas that has been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee. I will make thee an eternal excellency.
I will make thee an eternal excellency again. We don't know what that looks like. We don't know what Isaiah is talking about, because we never experienced that before. But it's going to happen. Go on, brother.
An eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles. And thou shalt suck the breast of the king.
Meaning we're going to get everything that they give us. Because it talks about on how, I believe it's in the book of Jeremiah 26. It says something to the effect of on how the nations, they will be as a stream towards the house of Israel. Meaning they're going to come towards us in flocks, like in great abundance of people. They're going to come towards us to worship us or to give us their goods. So they're going to be tributaries under us, and we're going to get a lot of resources from these nations. Go on, brother. Which, like I said, we'll get there when we get there. I keep jumping the gun, man. I keep skipping over, you know. But yeah, we'll get there, like I said. So let's read this.
And thou shalt know that I, the Lord Yahawashi, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob.
Right, the mighty one of Jacob, our descendant, our father, which really, his name was later changed to Israel so that all of us can be considered the Israelites. In other words, he's only going to save the Israelites. He's a God, almighty power, or a redeemer unto his people, the so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, and Native American Indians only, and those that descend from these people. All right, they may not look like them, but they descend from these people. That's who the Lord's dealing with. Let's continue.
For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver,
Okay.
and for wood brass, and for stones iron. I will also make thy officers peace, and thine exactors righteousness.
Keep going.
Violence shall no more be heard in thy land.
That goes back to what we just read in Deuteronomy 33 and 28, that there will be peace. There will be Jerusalem dwelling in peace. We're not going to be living in the hood or no form of environment where you're hearing gunshots and all kind of issues going on within your neighborhood. That's going to be dead. That lifestyle is going to be dead, okay? We're going to live a lifestyle of being blessed, being holy men, all right? And how do holy men live? They live richly, okay? They're treated with great respect. They're admired, and we're going to be admired greatly among these other nations. They're going to respect us because of what we're bringing to the table when we're set up. Go on, brother.
And for stones iron I will also make thy officers peace, and thine exactors righteousness.
Yep.
Verse 18, violence shall no more be heard in thy land.
Right, so instead of being named as a black person or a nigger, you're going to be considered as an Israelite. People are going to know you as being the children of Israel, okay? Because even it's actually just as disrespectful being called black as being called a nigger. Basically, it's disrespectful. Because when you're calling somebody black, you're calling them evil, you're calling them dead, you're calling them 0%. Basically, they don't exist.
Void of light.
Void of light. And we're not a people void of light. We're people of the light. That's why we recognize the light when we see the light in the sky, the chariots. And we recognize its truth, which is the real light, as well as. Go on, brother. Yes, yeah, it was you.
We kind of look the same. Some brothers say I look like Caleb.
Oh, come. Maybe that could be that. Come.
You could have been
You know what? We're brothers anyway. You know what I mean?
Is it possible that there could have been brothers, like fleshly brothers, in the past, like in one of their lives? You know, and is it possible that could happen?
Maybe not.
Nobody knows.
Come.
Knows. It's like your violence shall no more be heard in thy land. Wasting nor destruction within thy borders.
Right, wasting and destruction and in thy borders. No more of that stuff. None of that. Nothing. You know. Not never being able to see your brother being shot. Not never having to see your brother get arrested or getting run down by the police.
No more abortions.
Yeah, right. What's that, brother?
That's like no more abortions.
Oh,
Right,
man.
no more abortions. That's all going to be dead out. That's all going to be done for. We're going to experience the quite contrary to what we're experiencing in this life. You see? And that's what's promised for us as a people. Go on, brother.
Did you finish, Corrupt?
That's all I need on that, basically.
That's it.
It's like I don't want to change the subject, but I was just doing a little search. Apparently, with the moon we're seeing now, Esau calls it a snow moon. But I've got Luke 21 and 25. It says, "And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon,
And we're looking at one of them right now.
and in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations."
Hey, we see that as well.
Yeah, everyone's uprising.
Yep.
Distress of nations, with perplexity, and the sea roaring and waves roaring. Men's hearts failing them for fear.
And the sea and the waves roaring is referring to the uprising of the people, the protesting and all of that stuff. Go on.
Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking on those things which are coming on the earth, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Right, meaning these shadow governments, which they know that the Lord is getting ready to come back. They know that what you call so-called UFOs or UAPs, which that's another new term that they're using now, are known as the chariots of God. They know this already. They got the intel of that. So that's why, as it reads, that they are afraid of what those things that's going to come on the world.
That's right. And here's the point. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
So when they see so first and foremost, when they see the chariots, they're going to be fearful of the sights that they're going to see. And then eventually the main thing they're going to see, the main spirit, which will be Yahawashi coming back to
another
bring
chariot
us back.
right across right across our heads. Right across.
Yeah, I see it right
see
there,
it?
right on top of our head.
Can't I see it?
Just as you say that as well.
Yeah. So this is the thing, and we're seeing the chariots too, but they got the technology to where they can actually see up close and personal as to what they really are. You see, so they're fearful of the sight that they see in heaven, and guess what? They're gonna be really fearful at the sight of Yahawashi when he comes back too. That's really gonna shake them, as we just read.
Yeah.
So it's like it, brother.
That's all right. And there's the fact that Esau's pushing his agenda so fast means that they're seeing something that has got them on the shitter. Written it that way. Verse 28, Luke 21:28 says, "And when these things begin to come to pass, look up."
Another another
So
chariot.
looking up again.
Another chariot on the left.
Yeah, it's actually
coming
coming.
across the head.
I see it. We see it. We see it. We see it.
And look up,
we see
for your salvation is. I'll let you finish that, Kate.
It says that when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads.
Another one passing over us again. Look.
Yeah.
Another one
that's the
passing
one.
over us.
Come.
God,
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that one's moving, man.
Chariot day.
Another one. Whatever.
Chariot day. Yeah.
That's the
I don't
same
see
one
the other
passing
one.
over
Another
us.
one passes. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah.
Directly
Oh,
above
yeah,
our
right
heads.
there. Yeah, I see it right there. Yeah, it's right on top
Chariot
of our
day.
heads, man.
Oh.
So that was two moving at the same
And you
time.
still got that one on the right, glittering red,
Yeah.
purple, green. This is Braka to Yahawah, Braka to Yahawashi.
I actually needed that today, man.
And another one.
Today.
Oh my gosh, another one over our head as well.
It's moving still, right?
Yeah,
actually
it's still moving.
Yeah. That's the third one already.
Yep, see it. Calm.
Which the number 3 represents
Power.
No, it represents it symbolizes resurrection. The number 3 is Yahawashi. What is it? He was he resurrected on the 3rd day. Biblically, I'm talking about.
Yes, brother.
Yeah, because they don't just fly like I used to fly kites and shit for the fun of it. But when we see chariots, they're going to do something, or they're coming because they're always working. They're working 24 hours.
They're working.
You know,
This is a spiritual day because, like you said, Karab, we're seeing a red moon. It's now orange now, but it was deeper. It was deeper redder than
Is
this
there a red
early
one
before.
flying over there?
And we're seeing chariots, man.
There's one that's glowing red. Look directly.
Yeah, I saw that. I see that as well, but I didn't want to.
I don't know if it's a chariot. It looks like a chariot to me.
I know what one you're seeing. The one right above.
Yeah, it's too
that
high
one-
to be a plane.
Yeah, that one's going red as well. That one's changing colours as well.
There's a whole lot of activity.
And we
going
got
on,
that
man.
one right
Chariot
on the
activity.
right of us
Yep.
as well. I haven't seen a chariot like that before.
judgments.
Actually, no, you know what? I have
Judgments.
at GMS London camps. But this one's flashing like red,
Yeah.
green,
Heavy flash.
blue.
Yeah.
Now you don't.
Because you know what, that one we seen with that bow colour. I don't know. I was just talking.
Yes.
And that's the
That could,
formation right
and
there,
it's just
too.
standing there. That could be Yahawashi
That's-
chariot,
that's
you
a-
know.
what's it?
You don't know, innit? But
Formation.
because it stands
one-
there and it's
No,
big. It has to be
chariots,
very
brother.
big.
Just because
Has
they
to
don't
be
move,
big,
they-
it has
they
to
don't
be.
mean
It
that
has
they're,
to be, man.
It's stars. It's still chariots.
Just watching over
You
the
just have
globe,
some of
man.
them that don't move.
Yeah, because the normal stars, they don't change colour like that.
Nah. All right, brothers, let's get back in the spirit.
Okay.
Colour bell. He
I
wears.
finished
He
that
likes. He's got a
precept.
bell colour gun.
Is there any more? No, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, so all of these signs were spoken of Yahawashi because the disciples wanted to inquire when would be the time of his coming. So Yahawashi broke it down to them and elaborated on the signs of what they were going to see before his return. And we're seeing all of those signs today. We're seeing the uproars of the people. We're seeing blood moons that we just saw earlier before. And we're seeing the chariots. We're seeing a whole lot of signs and wonders which he spoke about. So we're in the end of the world.
That's right.
We're literally at the end of the world. So people are on this. People actually believe that the world is going to come back because they don't know any better. Let's just face the facts. They don't really know any better. All they know is what they see on TV and what somebody else is saying, and they just going with that. They don't really have no self-knowledge, really. So they just going with what other people are going with, just following as they may, just followers and just want to be entertained. But we know the event which is inevitable, which will be the time of Jacob's trouble, and with that being the case, we'll be saved, and therefore this world will come to an end in that time. So anyway, without me talking too much, we're gonna get back in the scriptures.
I got man, since the chariots I keep appearing, I got Ezekiel 1 and 15. Now as I beheld the living creatures, behold one.
No, you brothers can go into it, man.
Okay.
I've said what I had to say.
Now as I beheld the living creatures, behold one rule upon the earth by the living creatures.
Bring the sign with you too, brother.
With his 4 faces. So the rules are referring to the chariots, because the chariots are what? They're like in a circular form. That's what the rules are referring to, the chariots. Rule upon the earth by the living creatures with his 4 faces. Because this is referring to what Ezekiel saw on the river of Chaba.
Yeah.
In the captives.
Yeah.
He actually saw Kaaba. Okay, and when you go into the word Kaaba, it actually means a land afar off. Verse 16, the appearance of the wolves and their work was as like the colour of beryl.
Yeah.
Which is green.
Yeah.
And they 4 had like one likeness. And their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. Like you know when you see these UFO, so-called UFO programs, that's how it looks, like a flying saucer.
Yeah.
So if you were to put, example, if you were to
don't
put
mind.
sellotape, you know you have some sellotape. You have a big sellotape and you have a little sellotape, and you put the little sellotape. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
You actually got a vision this.
Yeah.
It's like I might say, it's like they show in the films. Was it, you know, Independence Day? You've got the giant chariots, and you've also got what's that one? Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where they've got the chariot at the end of the movie. I don't know if you've seen that one, but that shows like you're describing the wheel, and underneath the wheel, the lights are different lights are shining and spinning. So like a different interrupt.
No. Interject. When they went upon their 4 sides, and this is speaking about the angels, and they turned not when they went, because the angels are in the chariots, which I didn't read all of it because it's long. As for their rings, they were so high, and this is how Ezekiel described it, as a ring.
Yeah.
That they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them 4.
Yeah.
And you know what this reminds me of? The eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom.
Yeah, that's in Amos, I believe.
Yeah. Let's
Amos
read that again.
Amos 9 and 4 it is.
So this is Ezekiel 1 and 18. And as for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were what that?
The dog.
It's a dog.
And their rings were,
I thought it was a baby Labrador or something.
I thought it was a wild cat. You know, you'd be surprised what you see. And their rings were full of eyes round about them 4. Because them eyes it talks about, I didn't go into it, about the angels. They had 4, the angels, they had 4 faces on each side.
Yeah.
So nothing is going unseen from them angels.
Yeah.
If you have a face on each side, left, right, back, that means they can see everything. They don't need to turn around.
Yeah.
As the scripture says, the eyes of the Lord upon every place, beholding the good, the evil and the good.
Bring it out to correlate with this.
Yeah, this is Amos 9 verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from the face of the earth. Saving that, I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahawah.
So them eyes represent what? The angels of the Lord. They're upon the sinful kingdom. Why? Because the angels, what? They got 4 faces. It tells you about that. The face of an ox, the face of a lion, the face of an eagle, and so forth.
And a man.
And a man.
And they all symbolize. They all got symbolisms like that. The eagle is far-sighted. Is it far-sighted wisdom? I think it's far-sighted wisdom, and the man is love. He represents love. The ox is power.